social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok.
Welcome along everybody to live midweek action from La Liga as Barcelona travel to newly promoted Real Oviedo in search of their third league win in a row. The newly promoted side have been struggling upon their return to the top flight. Just the one win and one goal in the opening 5 games, and tasks do not come much tougher than this. Hansi Flick's team very comfortable last time out against Getafe at home, a 3-0 victory, and now looking to capitalise on the momentum and continue their winning ways and draw just 2 points behind their great rivals Real Madrid. It is a nice calm evening in Oviedo in northwest Spain at the Estadio Carlos Tartiere, and both teams ready to come out onto the pitch. Oviedo have already faced one half of the Clásico matchup this season, going down 3-0 at home to Real Madrid, and now they face the Catalonian half, led out by the evergreen Santi Cazorla, who wears the captain's armband today. 40 years old now, the Spanish maestro, and he is in from the start. One of 5 changes for Veljko Pavlovic's side. The team news in full is as follows. Like I mentioned, 5 changes from Real Oviedo from that defeat, that 1-0 loss at fellow promoted Elche at the weekend. Their team in full: Aaron Escandel in goals. A back 4 then of Lucas Ahiado, Eric Bailly, David Carmo and Rahim Alassani. In the middle, 4-4-2 is Haissem Hassan, Leander Dendonker, Alberto Reina and Elias Shaira. And then up front, Santi Cazorla, as previously mentioned, alongside former West Brom and Everton striker Salomon Rondon. For Barcelona, it is 4 changes for them from their weekend win at Getafe. Centre-back pairing has changed. Robin Lewandowski back on the bench and Marcus Rashford back in the starting 11. Their lineup in full: Joan Garcia in between the sticks. Eric Garcia moves from centre-back to right-back. Ronald Araujo and Pau Cubarsí are back in the hard defence, with Gerard Martin maintaining his place at left-back instead of the injured Alejandro Balde. In the middle then, Pedri is joined by Marc Casado, with Frenkie de Jong only on the bench. Rafinha, Dani Olmo and Marcus Rashford then start behind Ferran Torres. 4 goals for the 25-year-old Spaniard, including 2 against Getafe last time out. Barcelona players on the field now wearing t-shirts in support of their teammate Gavi. Obviously Gavi, news broke during the week that he will be sidelined until the new year with a knee injury, undergoing surgery for that cruciate ligament injury. So big miss for them. Lamine Yamal still out of action with that groin injury. Fermin Lopez also injured in the last game against Getafe, so he misses out, as our 2 captains Ronald Araujo and Santi Cazorla join our referee Miguel Ortiz in the middle for the coin toss. Real Oviedo in their home strip of blue shirts, white shorts and blue socks. Barcelona in their change strip of a cream shirt, navy shorts and navy socks. First time they've worn that away kit this season. It's all set up, as I said, in Oviedo for these 2 sides. In fact, last time these 2 sides met in the league was 25 years ago, back in January 2001 was the last time Oviedo were in the Spanish top flight. Obviously went through ups and downs, went all the way down to the 4th tier of Spanish football, had been dangers of going into administration and ceasing to exist. Obviously the supporters bought the club, invested in it. Santi Cazorla was one of those who invested as well. They are back amongst the big time, finishing 3rd in the Segunda last year before coming through the playoffs, defeating Almeria 3-2 in the semi-final before defeating Mirandes 3-2 on aggregate in the final. Incidentally, Santi Cazorla on the score sheet in both of those semi-final won over for free kick, and then in the final, really dispatched penalty in extra time to help send them to the top flight. But like I said, they will be up against it here. Veljko Pavlovic, man who only brought in March of this year to help them get promoted, former Reading, Guadalajara and Tigres boss, now has the job of keeping them up as we are just about underway here in Oviedo. Barcelona shooting from left to right in this first half. Oviedo looking to cause an upset. Did get the win last time these two met back in 2001. A 1-0 victory at the Nou Camp in April of that year. Real upset if they manage to get all 3 points here as they go along. First of all, looking for Shire down the left hand side. It's cut out now. Pedri back to his Imperial self, sends one down the right hand side for Rafinha to chase out over the end line for a goal kick. Rafinha only had 45 minutes against Getafe, was withdrawn for Marcus Rashford at the break. Rashford, of course, dropped from that starting 11 on Sunday, even after that brace midweek in the Champions League. 2 minutes late to a meeting, and in Hansi Flick's book, that is a indiscretion worth punishment, so he was dropped from the starting 11, but came on, accepted the punishment, looked good, got himself an assist for Dani Olmo's goal as Ascandel goes long with the goal kick. Flicked on by Cazorla, well won in the air by Eric Garcia, up towards Ferran Torres. Doesn't quite come down in the middle, now it does. Eric Garcia inside for Pedri, escapes the attentions of Alberto Reina initially, but then is brought back for the foul. Pedri again has been in such good form lately, and his fellow Spaniard Alberto Reina not letting him escape there. Reina joining Oviedo in the summer from Mirandes, who they beat. That's fine. Promotion final as Ferran Torres just goes to ground there. Eric Bive, former Manchester United defender, of course, just penalised there. Torres just flicked a little ball past him, and Bive late with that challenge from behind stepped in front and just brought the Spaniard down, and he's penalised. It is a free kick taken short. Barcelona just playing along their backline, forward by Eric Garcia. Here's Dani Olmo to Rafinha on this right hand side. Eric Garcia trying to make something happen. He's closed down by Salomon Rondon. And Cazorla leading the line for Oviedo today. 76 years of age between them. Vastly experienced. Here's Marcus Rashford. His first touch is inside. Casado helps it on to Olmo. Could be a chance here. Dani Olmo, 30 yards from goal, has a strike just over the bar. First real effort after 2 minutes. Dani Olmo just driving forward after picking the ball up from Casado. Space opened up, right-footed effort towards the middle of the goal. Escandel wasn't too worried about it as it went over his bar, but Dani Olmo, as I mentioned, he was on the score sheet against Getafe, his first of the season on Sunday night. Unable to find it here. Now defending to do. Elias Shearer has gotten in behind. Here he is on the ball. Hassan now out on the right hand side. Back in field to Leander Den Donker, who goes all the way back to Eric Bailly. First real spell of possession here for Oviedo. Bailly to his defensive partner Carmo on loan from Nottingham Forest. Forward for the full-back Raheem Al Hassani, and then back to the goalkeeper Askendal will send it long. Rondon's the target. He can't quite get the flick, but will come out over this far sideline. Eric Garcia unable to keep it in play. Throw in Oviedo right on the halfway line. 3.5 minutes gone, still scoreless here. Raheem Al Hussein to throw in inside to Cazorla. First time ball forward, searching for Rondon in the corner. Trying to get the wrong side of Ronald Araujo. And it's good centre forward play from Rondon. Just bothered Araujo enough. Last touch off the big Uruguayan centre back. So corner kick to Oviedo. First venture forward for them. And Santi Cazorla, captain's armband emblazoned on his left arm, will swing this in with his right foot. Remember, only one goal scored by Oviedo so far this season. It was in their only victory against Real Sociedad. Leander Dendoncker, former Wolves and Villa player, the man to score. Referee just having a word with Hassan and Casado around Juan Garcia. Here is Cazorla though. Right foot delivery towards the near post. Gets a flick towards the edge of the box. Might come out here. Does. Ahiado helps it on. Here's Hassan. Looking to get a cross in. Goes on the outside to the end line. Cross is blocked. Another corner kick. Good defending there. Ferran Torres that time in his own box. Just stopped that cross coming in. As Hassan tried to create a bit of space. So corner kick to come. This time from the far side. Cazorla again to take. This time will be an outswinger. Lots of pushing and shoving inside that penalty area as Cazorla prepared to take into the box. Gets a head on it at the near post. And it's another corner. It was Ahiado, I think, challenging Eric Garcia there. Last touch off the Spanish defender. So another corner, the third in quick succession here for Oviedo. Barcelona under some early pressure here. This time it's a left foot delivery. Swung in towards the middle of the goal. There's a head on it. Juan Garcia came. It's over the bar. And just trying to see who exactly that was. Cazorla with the left footed delivery into the box. And I think it was Ahiado, Lucas Ahiado, the full-back who was in there, just heads it over. But first real effort on target, on goal, for Oviedo. Barcelona trying to play out from the back now. Gerard Martin caught in possession. Here's Hassan down the right-hand side, taking on his man yet again. Puts a cross into the box, hangs it towards Rondon. It's over his head, but Shera will scramble to collect it. Here is Elias Shera. Al Hussein on the outside. Here's the full-back trying to get a cross in. Garcia cross. And it's another corner kick. Fourth corner for Oviedo. Made a good start to this game. Just 6.5 minutes gone. Eric Garcia busy. And again, Cazorla, the man to take. He found his teammate last time. Can he pick someone out again? Rondon and Kubarsi just shoving each other at the edge of the 6-yard area. Cazorla swings in towards the near post. Another header again. It was then Donker attacking it. And just looped up in the air, and Garcia managed to pluck it out of the sky. Juan Garcia that was. Then Donker, we know he's a big aerial threat. He's the Belgian. And now Barcelona just in possession. They'll want to just hang on to this for a bit. Eric Garcia down the line for Rafinha. First time ball forward is blocked by Al Hussein. It will be a throw in, but really positive start from Oviedo here. Eric Garcia just inside to Pedri. Escapes the pressure again of Reina. Falls to Casado. Lovely switch of play out to Rashford, who has space, and Gerard Martin on the overlap. Rashford, few step overs, cuts inside. Ferran Torres back to Rashford, edge of the box. Shot is blocked by his former Manchester United teammate Eric Bailly. Corner. Really good example of what Marcus Rashford can bring to this Barcelona side. Drives forward, exchanges pass on the edge of the box with Torres. Bailly throwing himself in front of it. That right-footed effort at the edge of the area, and it's a first corner kick of the game for Barcelona. 8 minutes gone, still 0-0 here. Rafinha to take on this near side. in swinging delivery with the left foot. Instead he goes short to Olmo. Now creates a better angle for the cross. Rafinha back to Pedri. Ball still hasn't come in. Pedri carrying it forward out to his left hand side. Rashford, he'll clip it in from the far side to the back post, headed away by Bai. Cazorla picks it up at the edge of his own area. Oviedo trying to clear. They eventually get it away through Carmo, and it'll be out for a throw-in on this near side, right in front of Hansi Flick. Signed a contract extension made at the German until 2027. Obviously his debut season was really impressive. Going for a treble at one stage. It's Ferran Torres flicks that towards Pedri. Lovely first touch to bring it down. Looks to his left, plays to Rashford. Martin makes a move ahead of him, but Rashford elects to come back in to Pedri. Here is Gerard Martin, and now Marc Casado. Second start of the season for Casado after playing the 6-0 win against Valencia. Rafinha now. Thought about taking his man on, instead comes back to Eric Garcia. Casado once more. Rafinha. Pedri, they just up the tempo a bit. Here's Pedri again. Back to Rafinha, corner of the box. Now he takes on his man. Step over to the end line. Rafinha looking to get across. It's towards Rashford. Good save. Escandel just palms it away. Was heading into the back of the net. Rashford caught it really well on the volley, but the keeper equal to it. Here is Marcus Rashford again. Gets it back down by the corner flag, looking to take on Ahiado. Comes back in field. Pedri at the edge of the box. Olmo wanted to return ball, but Pedri didn't move, and Oviedo clear. Best chance of the game so far falls to Marcus Rashford, but really good save by Escandel, who had to shuffle from his near post to his far to keep it out. And a really lively opening 10 minutes here in Oviedo. Still scoreless. Here's Pau Cubarsí and Araujo. Out to this right hand side. Eric Garcia. Rondon goes to ground to try to close it down, but they shift it on. Cubarsí again, just on the halfway line. Rashford comes deep. Here's Pedri. Again, switch the point of attack. Eric Garcia, Rafinha outside him. Here is the Brazilian winger, looking to take on Al Hussein. Back infield to Garcia. Lovely little ball around the corner for Olmo to chase. Pull back on the end line, but takes a deflection, and Escandel can just rush out of his goal and claim it. As we see that again, a really, really good save from Aaron Escandel. Ball to the end line. Rashford, like I said, caught it really well. But goalkeeper equal to it. Like every single game last season. And the Segunda, the goalkeeper, after joining from Las Palmas. Well equal to it there. Now Barca come forward again. Martin into Rashford. Martin wants it back. Rashford plays to him, but Bai reads it, steps in field, intercepts, and then plays it to his fullback Ahiado, who just wins a throw in off Rashford. Those two have combined well down the left hand side for Barcelona in the opening exchanges. Martin and Rashford. Martin having a good run in the side now, like we mentioned. Alejandro Balde still out with that hamstring injury. Should be back relatively soon, but Martin has done well and stepped in. Ball down the line for Oviedo. Rondon looking to hold it up, but he's challenged by Casado. That last touch is off the big Venezuelan striker, so be a throw in to Barcelona. Taken quickly. Cubarsí, the edge of his own box. Now here's Ronald Araujo. Imagine these two are the first choice central defensive partnership. Eric Garcia, Andres Christensen were in there against Getafe on Saturday after the midweek exploits against Newcastle, but Cubarsí back. Lovely ball by Rafinha now. Eric Garcia getting forward. Gives it back to Rafinha. Can't quite get it out of his feet. Now he's on the ball. Just crowded out by a lot of Oviedo players, but he's done well to win the free kick. Elias Shearer, the man penalised. Looked like a strong challenge from the Moroccan, as we see it again, and yet just the wrong side. There's he just tried to reach around with his foot to win it back. Rafinha goes to ground. Free kick. Really good area here on the right hand side of the pitch, just level with the edge of the 18-yard box. Really set up for Rafinha to whip one in here with his left foot. He's placed the ball down and looks like he will deliver. A wonderful season, obviously, last year, Rafinha. Scored 3 times already in La Liga this season. Can he deliver again? Rafinha goes short to the edge of the box. Pedri has a strike, it's blocked, loops up into the air and then easily claimed by Escandel. He wants to go quickly, boots it down towards Hassan on the right hand side. Pedri just misjudged it initially but got it back and Barcelona maintained possession. So here's Pedri once more. Right to Eric Garcia. It's like keeper. Barcelona 2 clean sheets in a row in La Liga, looking for a 3rd successive one. Pedri to Olmo. Lovely play from Olmo to escape Cazorla, but he can't get away from Shearer, who wins it back for Oviedo. Now Al Hussein under pressure from Olmo, so it just goes back to Escandel in between the sticks. Ferran Torres continues to press, so Escandel goes long. Once again, Rondon the target, looking to get the flick on. Araujo beats him to it in the air. Casado does well to control it, and now find Pedri in the centre circle. Barca have numbers forward here. Pedri out to Rashford. 1-on-1 against the fullback. Rashford goes on the outside. He's in the penalty area, but again, Eric Bailly reads it well, steps across, intercepts, and then clears. Rondon nods that down to Cazorla, but it's too close to Olmo. And now Casado. His pass is loose though. Rondon can intercept. Casado puts a challenge in. Rondo still on the ball. Lays it back to Al Hussein. And now Carmo. Al Hussein once more. Infield to Alberto Reina. Forward into the feet. Lovely by Elias Shearer. Now he's looking to bring it forward, but the flag is up on the far side against the Moroccan. Look to be in a lot of space. To Elias Shearer, as we see it again, that high line for Barcelona, stepping all the way up to the halfway line. Shearer just caught. It's such a key part of Hansi Flick's defensive strategy is that high line. Here's Casado on the half turn in the middle of the field, gets his head up, lays it to his left for Pedri. Now Gerard Martin, ball out of the feet, Rashford wide near the touchline. Back infield to Pedri. Pedri ships past one. Lovely ball looking for Rafinha. Bailly again in the right place at the right time to clear. Up towards Rondon. Forward from Dendoncker. Hits Rondon again, but he does well to hold it up. Now Hassan trying to take on Kubarsi, but the young defender just gets the right side of him. Uses his body well and plays it back to Juan Garcia. Nearly 17 minutes gone here. Still Oviedo 0, Barcelona 0. Rafinha, lovely ball in behind, looking for Torres, who's peeled off, but Escandel was aware to it. Straight out of his goal to clear. Ferran Torres obviously got those 2 brilliant goals against Getafe on Sunday night. He's his top scorer in La Liga this season with 4. As Rafinha switches the play beautifully towards Gerard Martin. Back to Kubarsi. Rashford in off his wing. Gathers it, drives forward. Little nutmeg on Dendoncker. Bailly once more. Seems to has a telepathic understanding of Rashford. Intercepts. Here's Cazorla. Dendoncker out to the right hand side. San now trying to take on Martin. Aliajo on his overlap. Aliajo now gets the ball slipped to him to the end line, looking to get across into the box. He does. Well defended there this time by Eric Garcia. Flag is up against Ahiado on the far side. Again, fullback just went too quickly. But good football from Oviedo. As we see it again, it was in an offside position as he tried to peel away from Martin. Kubarsi. Casado now splits the centre back, picks it up and plays it to his right to Ronald Araujo, approaching the halfway line, back to Casado, the centre circle, now Cubarsí once more. Rashford makes a run ahead of him into that channel, he tries to play it but it's too late, and it's too overhit and Escandel can just gather it up for Oviedo. Ahiado under pressure there from Gerard Martin, who pressed him high. The right full-back wins the throw in off the left back. Oviedo still pinned a bit in their own half. Ahiado throws it to Cazorla, nice first touch to take it down, then Donker forward to Rondon, who plays it to Cazorla again. Tight on the right hand side, looking for that ball towards Hassan down the line. He's closed down though, and he'll be throwing. Great story, obviously. Santi Cazorla turned to the side 2 years ago. His boyhood club offered to play for free, couldn't do that legally, so he took minimum salary and 10% of his jersey sales went towards the club's academy. Signed a 1 year deal in May, so whether this is the last year, who knows, but there he is on the pitch again. Lays it to his right. Ahiado gets it back. Hassan now on the halfway line. Tries to put in field on his left foot. He's just crowded out. And Casado can bring it forward for Barcelona. Just overruns it slightly. Then Donker gets the challenge in. And then Reina out to the right hand side. Santi Cazorla. Lovely switch of play towards Elias Shearer. But it's too close to Juan Garcia. The starting position was good at the edge of his own box. Can pick it up. Barca start again. Casado. To defeat Pedri. Turns on the halfway. Gives it to Martin and then Cubarsí. Oviedo just dropping a bit deeper near the halfway line, inviting Barca to come onto them. Eric Garcia. Here's Rafinha. Rafinha looking to switch it towards Rashford again. He's done so, but the pass is off target. Rashford had made a run forward. The ball was behind him and he couldn't quite keep it in play. 20 minutes gone, still 0-0. Marko Pavlovic will be happy enough with his team's performance so far. Restricted a good bit for Barcelona as Rondon gets that in defeat. Looks for a pass down the line, but Martin intercepts, clears out towards this right hand side. Al Hussein and Rafinha battling for the same ball. Comes off the Niger and full back. So throw in Barca. Here's Ronald Araujo. Pedri, little flick towards Casado. Lovely football. Out to Rashford on the left hand side. Martin forward again. Rashford comes back infield. Here's Pedri now. 40 yards from goal. Eric Garcia's wide to the right. Back to Pedri. Field to Olmo, lovely incisive pass. Rafinha now at the edge of the box, cutting inside onto his left foot. Rafinha lays it into the middle. Casado shifts it onto the left. Here's Gerard Martin, cross into the box. Bailly heads away, falls for Pedri. Pedri now out to this right hand side. Eric Garcia back in field to Casado. Olmo comes short. Olmo at the edge of the D. Rashford now, bit of space on the left hand side. Rashford on his right foot, good save. Escandel, really good effort from Marcus Rashford. Second time the Spanish goalkeeper has denied him. This time Rashford shifted it onto his right foot, right on the left hand side of the box. Unleashed a drive that was dipping, heading towards the top corner. But Aaron Escandel gets two big palms to it and pushes it away. Good effort from Rashford, good save. Corner kick, Barcelona. Rafinha now. Left foot delivery towards the near post. Cazorla heads away. Headed back in by Olmo, but Oviedo get enough bodies. It falls for Rashford again. 30 yards from goal. Has another strike. Bailly again in the way. Head away by Ahiado up towards Hassan. He's dispossessed, but it'll go out over the end line. And a goal kick to Oviedo, but Marcus Rashford certainly not shy in having a strike. You see that again. It's a good save from Escandel. And we remain scoreless here. 23 minutes gone. pleasant evening in northwest Spain, 14 degrees. And time of kick-off, as opposed to the conditions over the weekend, really bad wind and rain. As Carmo heads forward down the right-hand side, Martin just gets that touch a bit wrong and comes off his left shin and out for a throw-in inside the Barcelona half for Oviedo. Ahiado up to take it. Halfway inside the Barcelona half. Ahiado throws it down the line. Shearer came short. Down back to Ahiado into Rondon. And it's brilliant defending this time. Eric Garcia, they work it really well down the right hand side of Oviedo. Ahiado to Shearer, a little slip in behind to the fullback. Back across to Rondon on the edge of the 6-yard box, but his effort on goal blocked wonderfully by Eric Garcia. Really good football from Oviedo, their best chance of the game so far. Unable to take it. Pedri now escapes pressure and plays it out to the left hand side. Martin again, Rashford wide, wants it and receives it. Here is Marcus Rashford taking on Ahiado. Dendoncker there in support, back in field. Here's Pedri, little ball over the top. Torres looking to strike by, he throws himself in front of it. And it will be a corner kick, it looks like. Well, really good football again. Pedri just lofting that one over the top. Torres looked to strike it as it came down by in the right way. Another corner kick. 25 minutes played here. Rashford to take from the far side. Again, a lot of movement and shuffling in there. Rashford delivers towards the near post, flicked on by Rondon, and it's over the bar for another corner kick. Oviedo defending well at the moment here. Rashford this time goes short. Olmo head to the edge of the box. Rafinha, little lofted ball to find Rashford again. Ball across, by in the way once more. Kubarsi was waiting for it. Danger not over. Olmo dispossessed, and now here's Santi Cazorla trying to escape from Rashford. Referee gives him the free kick. Again, lovely football. Marcus Rashford involved again. Rafinha, little ball lofted over the Oviedo defence. Rashford flashed one across, and Eric Bailly, who has been absolutely everywhere so far this game, puts his body on the line there. As the ball goes out over the end line for a throw in. Eric Bailly making his first appearance for Real Oviedo tonight, after joining from Villarreal in the summer. And a 2-year deal is the Ivorian, now 31 years of age. Here come Barcelona though. Rashford trying to wiggle his way around a few challenges. Balls from Martin, but Oviedo then played themselves into a bit of bother in their own corner. So it will be a throw-in for Barcelona. Here's Gerard Martin. Level with the edge of the box. Comes infield to Pedri. As ever, making everything tick. Araujo now. Eric Garcia. Forward for Olmo. Out to this right-hand side is Rafinha. Eric Garcia goes down off the ball. Referee Miguel Ortiz blows his whistle. Stoppage in play. First real stoppage after 27 minutes. Eric Garcia down, holding his face. Couldn't quite see what happened. We'll see it again here as Rafinha looked for that ball back to Garcia. He just collided, ran into Ilias Shearer, who didn't really do much, just stood there. Garcia ran straight into him and went down holding his face. Not too sure how much is in it, but because it's a head injury, I think the referee has to stop play. No free kick or anything, so we will resume. As Miguel Ortiz just drops the ball at the feet of Pedri. Araujo to Kubarsi. Kubarsi just forced back into his own half with nothing really on. Casado. Martin down the line for Rashford. Exchange pass again, but Martin's touch lets him down. Ball into Rondon's feet. Challenged by Cubarsí is an LaLiga one. And it'll be a free kick to Oviedo. Nearly 20 years in the difference between now Cubarsí and Solomon Rondon. 18. Venezuelan double the Spanish defender's age. Here's Bai out to the right hand side towards Ahiyad. Hassan now taking on his man, goes past Rashford. Hassan taking on Martin towards the end line. Hassan, has he overrun it? He hasn't. He's won a corner kick. Really good work there by Hassan, the French winger. Skip past Rashford as if he wasn't there, and then Martin just forced to make the challenge. So corner kick once more to come. 5th of the first half so far. Cazorla again to take. This time he'll hit it with his left foot in swing delivery. Cazorla cross into the box. Garcia comes for it, claims it really well in the air, and then throws it out quickly. Here's Pedri on the right hand side. Barcelona players streaming forward. Pedri finds Olmo. Olmo now to Rashford, excuse me. Here is Marcus Rashford on this right hand side now. Back to Eric Garcia. Pedri, lovely defence spilling past Eric Garcia again. Ball to the back post. Torres blocked again by Bai. And he's felt that one. Eric Bai has stayed down as he threw himself in front of that effort. Lovely football again. Eric Garcia down the right hand side picks out Torres. Lovely first touch, just sets him up on the volley and just strike towards goal. Blocked by Bai right in the midriff. That will be one that he'll feel in the morning, the Ivorian, but he's been absolutely brilliant, has Eric Garcia, in this game. And it's still 0-0. Half an hour played here. Out on the right hand side, Rafinha now taking on the fullback. Goes one way and then the other. And then gets the touch nicely on it. And it will be a corner kick. On this near side, Rafinha showing his pace and ability on the ball there. Corner taken short. Olmo gives it back to Rafinha. Infield to Rashford. Now Pedri. They come back to this right hand side. Pedri thought about the cross and said we'll come to the edge of the box. Rafinha look to get the ball out of his seat. Unleashes a strike off the post from Rafinha. Comes back out. Torres saved on the line. And then over the bar by Carmo. Rafinha so close. Gets the ball at the edge of the box. Shifts it onto his left foot. Rifles it towards the bottom corner. Cannons off the inside of the post. And then it came to the back. And it looked like, in fact, it was Ronald Araujo following up on the rebound, headed it towards goal. But Escandal again equal to it. Another corner. Rashford. Infield to Pedri. Rafinha again. Rafinha floats one towards the back post. Headed away by Eric Bai. And then Barcelona forced back towards the halfway line. Closest we've come. As Pedri sends it down the line for Rashford. Intercepted by Ahiado. Then Donker forward for Hassan on this right hand side. Martin in the way, so it will be a throw in. But what an effort that was from Rafinha. Brilliant strike. Great power on it, real direction. Escandel was nowhere near it, off the inside the post, but he did brilliant. Back up on his feet. Saved that rebound from Araujo. It was similar to that Rashford one from earlier. Jean Garcia out of his goal. Has to be. But he's let it go. Garcia poor ball, and it's in the back of the net. Oviedo opened the scoring. 32 minutes gone. It's Alberto Reina who puts it in from near the halfway line. Unbelievable scenes in Oviedo. Juan Garcia with the mistake. It's just a ball over the top, looking for Rondon. The goalkeeper rushes out, takes a touch, takes another touch to control it, gets his pass all wrong, way out of his goal. It falls for Reina in the middle, who first time hits it with his right foot and curls it into the back of the net. Araujo and Cubarsí couldn't keep it out. And it is 1-0 to Oviedo. Reina with his first goal of the season. As we see it again, Juan Garcia. What a poor mistake there from the goalkeeper. Takes one touch, the second touch settles him down, and the ball back in field looking for Casado is completely overhit. Puts it on a plate for Alberto Reina, who just brilliantly puts it into the back of the net from near the halfway line. And unbelievable scenes. Barcelona 1-0 down after 33 minutes. What a goal. And this certainly wasn't in the script, and Juan Garcia knows he's made a mistake there. Young goalkeeper, obviously signed from Espanyol this summer, has made his first real mistake. He has Barcelona number 1. And Hansi Flick side down in this first half. Alberto Reina with the goal. Unbelievable scenes. Here's Cubarsí as Barcelona look for an instant response. They've just gone so close themselves, rattling the woodwork. Rafinha as Garcia looks to stretch as Casado gets that wrong. Barcelona look a bit startled by this. Goal, like I said, came from nothing. Just a long ball over the top. And Garcia doing what you'd want all your goalkeepers to do, coming out, good starting position, just getting it all wrong. Olmo now, here's Casado. Cubarsí into the middle for Pedri. Pedri forward for Olmo, nice first touch. Out to Garcia and Casado, they're playing it nicely in the middle of the park here. Rafinha now. Al Hussein comes to press him, he comes back infield. Pedri forward again. Gets his head up, no real options there, so he goes to his left. Here's Cubarsí out to the left hand side. Marcus Rashford back infield to Pedri. Casado wants it to feet, receives it 30 yards from goal, tries to shift it on, just bundled over by Solomon Rondon, and Casado has won the free kick. Bit of an unnecessarily challenged there by Rondon. Casado had already laid it off. It's just a little shove, cynical shove in the back, so free kick for Barcelona. It's a good 35 yards out, slightly right of the goal. Could be in Rafinha or Rashford range. Both of them standing over it. Slightly right of the post, might suit Rafinha more, but it is a long way out. Rashford taking a good old look at it as well. 3-man wall for Oviedo. They go short. Rafinha to Pedri. Get back to Rafinha. Out to Garcia on this right hand side. Rashford now. First time ball into the box. Headed away at the edge. Here's Pedri. Nice incisive pass to find Olmo. Now Rafinha inside the box. Rafinha trying to get it onto his left foot. Just crowded out. Falls for Olmo again. Pedri. No way forward for him. He comes out to Garcia on this right hand side. Eric Garcia looking to fizz one across. He's closed down by Shearer. Throw in for Barcelona. Visitors pushing for that equaliser. .37 minutes played here as we approach half time. Eric Garcia throws it back in field to Rafinha. Now Pedri. Dani Olmo now. Rafinha receives it to feet in the middle of the pitch. Out to Martin on the left hand side. Now Marcus Rashford. He's one-on-one with the fullback. Goes infield to Ferran Torres. Nice first touch to take it down in the box. Looking for Olmo at the edge. Pass is deflected. Might fall for Garcia. Headed away by Carmo. And then the ball back in the box from Araujo is just smothered by Escandel. Oviedo start again. Ball forward for Rondon. Backs into his man. Lovely layup. He's found Shearer, who has space on this left-hand side. Casado tracks him the whole way. Shearer chops back infield on his right foot. Just crowded out though as he tried to release the pass. And now then Donker is beaten to it by Olmo. Olmo forward for Torres. Counter-attack could be on, but Olmo overhits the pass. And it'll go out for a goal kick. Disappointing delivery there from the Brazilian. We've seen him play those passes with precision before. See the goal again. Juan Garcia gets that so wrong. It's a hell of a finish, I will say, from Alberto Reina. First time, right footed, just draws it in, almost like a lovely golf swing approaching the green. And it's a brilliant strike. As I mentioned, Reina joined from Mirandez in the summer after being beaten by Oviedo in the Segunda playoff final. His first goal for his new club. Forward for Rondon again. Backs into his man. Heads it towards Den Donker. Doesn't quite come down for the hit. And it's back with Juan Garcia. Here's Eric Garcia. Forward for Rafinha on the halfway line. No way forward for him, so he comes back in field. Ronaldo Araujo. 5 minutes to go till half time. Oviedo still lead Barcelona by a goal to nil here. Gerard Martin back in field to Rashford. He's forced back to Araujo and Casado on the halfway line. Araujo once more. Rafinha on this right hand side. Eric Garcia goes ahead of him. Rafinha comes back inside. Switches play lovely towards Martin. Nice first touch to bring it down. Exchanges passes with Rashford. Martin infield to Pedri. Pedri drops a shoulder, shimmies, escapes one challenge. Held up initially, and then Cazorla puts a challenge in. Rashford finds Olmo at the edge of the box. Carmo out to press him, and Oviedo do well to defend that space. Clear it, but Barca come again. Pedri once more. Garcia space on this right hand side. No real movement in the box, so he comes infield to Casado and now Rafinha. First time ball out to the left hand side. Cubarsí. And here's Gerard Martin just approaching the edge of the Oviedo box. Cubarsí into Rashford. As they play it along. Rashford delivers one towards the back post looking for Rafinha, who'd made the run off his wing, but too close to Escandel, who gleefully plucks that one out of the sky. Kicks it forward long, looking for Elias Shearer. He's gotten the wrong side of Garcia, but Araujo, really good defending from the Barca skipper, just steps in front to win it and then play it out. Marc Casado. Cubarsí on the halfway line. Is there a response from Barcelona before the end of the half here? Cubarsí into the Oviedo half of the pitch. Rashford comes short. He ignores him for the moment, and here's Casado. It's Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia, lovely ball forward for Olmo. First time pass to Rafinha on this right hand side. Rafinha doesn't take on his man, instead comes infield. Casado. Barcelona just playing it in front of the Oviedo box. Here's Pedri. Casado again. Lines up to shoot. Casado does hit one. Blocked by David Carmo. And at the moment, no way through that Oviedo defence. Rafinha, almost playing right back now, picks up the ball. Here's Eric Garcia. Olmo makes a move ahead of him. No way to squeeze that pass through, so gives it back to Rafinha. He skips away from the challenge of Rondon. Pedri, lovely ball to Olmo. First touch takes him around Reina, but he managed to get a challenge in on the second attempt. Cleared up the pitch by Den Donker, but it falls nicely for Rashford. 40 yards from goal. Touch takes him back. Cubarsí, and now Pedri. It's all very narrow at the moment as we approach 2.5 minutes to go till the break. Cubarsí again. Every player bar Juan Garcia in the Real Oviedo half. But Barcelona unable to find a way through as of yet. Araujo to Eric Garcia and now Pedri. Rafinha tight to this right-hand touchline. Exchanges pass with Pedri, who's getting forward on the right-hand side. Good challenge there by Reina, who tracked him the whole way. And it will be a throw into Barça. Taken quickly. Here's Rafinha. Pedri still there in support. Here is the Spaniard. Into Ferran Torres, who's been quiet this half. Rafinha forward. Up towards Torres in the box. Well won the air by Carmo, but it only comes to Rafinha again. Pedri picks out Danielmo. He can't control it, and Oviedo clear. But there's no one up. Rondon is busy defending the edge of his own area, so Barcelona get possession and come forward again. Eric Garcia down the line for Pedri to pick it up, but it's uncharacteristic heavy touch from the 22-year-old, and it's out for a throw in. And Veljko Pavlovic will be really happy with how his side have defended. Yes, Barcelona have had chances, but they've been throwing their bodies on the line. They've been really disciplined, and they look at the moment to be going into half-time 1-0 up as we enter the final minute. Quesada down for Pedri. Space now for Martin on the left-hand side to carry it forward. Here's Marcus Rashford away from Ahiado. Lays it to Quesada again. Pedri. Martin still waiting for it, but now the space is closed, so they come out to the right-hand side. Eric Garcia into Ferran Torres. Back to the full-back. And now Rafinha on the right-hand side, taking on his man. Exchanges pass with Torres, just doesn't quite get the touch right. And Al Hussein can clear up towards Rondon. Nice first touch from the big centre forward as he battles with Araujo. Good physical challenge between the two. The Uruguayan comes off the better of it this time. Real humdinger of a South American battle there. Olmo now. Pedri. Gerard Martin. Space closed down there by Hassan, who's working really hard on the right side. We'll have one additional minute of injury time at the end of this first half. Rafinha now on the right hand side, inside to Quesada. Lovely ball back to Rafinha, but again Oviedo get enough bodies around him in the box to just crowd him out and make sure he can't get hold of that. So we are in additional time here. Perhaps a chance for one more Barcelona opportunity. Here's Pedri, carries forward out to the right hand side. Eric Garcia, first time ball into the box is blocked by Shearer. So throw in, and Eric Bailly has gone down in the box, holding his neck. Again, can't quite see what happened. He was involved a few moments ago, as we see the replay, and it's not a good look for Eric Bailly. This himself and Ferran Torres just doing a bit of pushing and shoving inside the box. Torres just pushed him, and Eric Bailly, went down holding his neck when it didn't really connect. So here's surely the last opportunity. We played over a minute at the end of the first half. Rafinha's going to send this throw in long towards the box. Rafinha flicked on by Araujo at the near post, but it falls for a Real Oviedo player. They clear, and that is the first half. And at half time it is Real Oviedo 1, Barcelona 0. We are in for a shock in northern Spain here. Barcelona started the game well, had some really good chances. Marcus Rashford's forcing Aaron Escandel into some really good saves early on. Rafinha struck a brilliant effort off the post, and Araujo was kept out by the goalkeeper as well. And then against the run of play, a goal out of nothing. Joan Garcia will not want to see it again. Rushed out of his goal to intercept it, took it down, played a pass into the middle for Marcus Quesada, overhit it. It fell perfectly for Alberto Reina, who met it first time from a full 45 yards out and just played it into the empty net. And that is where we stand at the moment. We will have commentary of the second half coming up very shortly, but at the break, Real Oviedo 1, Barcelona 0.
Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page.
Welcome back everybody to live commentary of this La Liga fixture between Real Oviedo and Barcelona. The hosts currently leading, perhaps shockingly at the break, by 1-0. Alberto Reina capitalising off a mistake from Barça goalkeeper Joan Garcia. But we are almost ready to go for the second half. Both teams are back out on the pitch. Looks like Barca will be making a change at the break as Frankie de Jong is about to be introduced. In fact, Barcelona are out on the pitch. Oviedo still waiting on them. Here they come, led by Santi Cazorla. But change coming for Barcelona here. Because that Frankie de Jong ready to be introduced for Oviedo. It at the moment appears as though they will line out as they did previously in the first half. Just to get confirmation of that when we were ready. The referee just having a word with someone on the sideline. So Barcelona change is confirmed. Marquesado has been withdrawn at half-time. Frankie de Jong in. So we are back underway for the second half. Barcelona kicking off, shooting from right to left as Rashford receives it. It doesn't appear to be any changes for Oviedo, so we'll run through those teams. Aaron Escandel in goal. Lucas Ahiado at right back, back at the centre back, Eric Bailly, David Carmel and Raheem Al Hussein. As Barcelona play it down the right hand side. Leander Dendoncker and Alberto Reina, the goal scorer in the middle. Hassem Hassan and Ilias Shearer on the wings, with Santi Cazorla and Salomon Rondon up front as Barcelona play it around the back. Their team in full: Juan Garcia in goal, Eric Garcia, Ronald Araujo, Pau Cubarsí and Gerard Martin at the back. Frankie de Jong now in the middle in place of Marc Casado alongside Pedri, and Rafinha, Dani Olmo and Marcus Rashford behind Ferran Torres. So Barcelona still in possession just around midfield. Pedri escaping the attentions of Dendoncker. First time layoff by Olmo. Rafinha now. Olmo once more, can't quite get hold of that, but pass forward is intercepted. Here's Eric Garcia driving into the middle, little slip pass, finds Torres, trying to flick it towards Olmo, but well intercepted there by Oviedo, who now can come forward on the left hand side themselves. Here's Ilias Shearer. De Jong closed the space in front, so he just checks back, plays it into the middle. Alberto Reina and Eric Bailly. So Barcelona have 45 minutes to save their unbeaten start to the season. We can mention Oviedo with only one win so far this campaign. It was in fact their last home game against Sociedad. Could be going for the second. They have a chance to come forward. Hassan now taking on Martin on the right hand side. He's gone past him. Hassan, he's in the box. Can he pull it back? Saved by Garcia. He went to put it towards the back post. Garcia down to parry it away. But a really good start to the half from Oviedo. Brilliant by Hassem Hassan on this right hand side. Driving past Eric Garcia, who couldn't hold him up, but he just couldn't pick out the cross right at the end. Driving toward the end line. Garcia just parrying it out. And here's Ilias Shearer trying to take on his man, but it doesn't quite work, and it's a throw-in. So first opportunity of the second half falls to the host. Here's Frankie de Jong, introduced at the break. Can he help turn the tide? Fizzed in by Casado, finds Rashford. Rashford now 30 yards from goal, thought about the shot, onto his left foot, just about gets crowded out. Good challenge there from Leander Dendoncker, but his pass is intercepted by Pedri. Rashford can't pick out de Jong, and Oviedo don't manage to get it clear, and it will be a throw-in in their own half for Barcelona. There's de Jong. Looked for a moment as though Rashford was going to pull the trigger, was denied a few times by Escandel in that first half. Still searching for his first La Liga goal. Obviously got off the mark for Barcelona against Newcastle in the Champions League last week. Rafinha. Here's Frankie de Jong. To the right hand side, back in field to Pedri, now Rafinha, who's narrow. Rafinha now again lines one up from about 30 yards, but he's crowded out. Dendoncker doing the dirty work again, and here comes Hassan once more down this right hand side. In field to Dendoncker, gets it back. Hassan just can't quite keep it in play. There was a chance there. Hassem Hassan has looked lively in these opening 4 minutes of the second half, giving Gerard Martin all sorts of problems down this left hand side for Barcelona. Here is Martin on the ball, back to Cubarsí, just strolling towards the halfway line, ball at his feet, infield to Pedri. Cubarsí again. Martin down the line for Rashford, gets it back. Oviedo pressed it space really well, forced Barcelona to recycle it. Here's Olmo and Rafinha with Dani Olmo. Again, no space in front of him. Every Real Oviedo player behind the ball in their own half. Cubarsí steps forward, finds Pedri in a pocket of space. His first touch doesn't quite come off, and Oviedo can clear up towards Rondon. Araujo steps in front of him, but used his hand in trying to control it. So free kick to the home side, and it's actually good play by Rondon. Just eased into Araujo and forced him nearly to control it with his hand. As we see Robert Lewandowski and Jules Koundé warming up. I wonder what Hansi Flick is thinking, whether he'll turn to the veteran striker Soon enough, Ferran Torres hasn't really been in the game, as David Carmel pings one forward towards Rondon at the edge of the Barcelona box. Ricochets off Cubarsí, and Martin can clear down the line up towards Pedri. Lovely first touch. Pedri drops the shoulder and spins away from 3 challenges. Out to the right hand side. His pass is blocked but falls nicely for De Jong, and then Araujo helps towards Eric Garcia. Down the line for Dani Olmo. Forward to Rafinha, but again crowded out. This time it was Alberto Reina, the goal scorer, doing the defensive duty, and now Araujo backpedaling, just controls it at the edge of his own box. Cazorla went to press him. Barca start again. Cubarsí forward to Gerard Martin, who again just lack of concentration there from the young fullback. Takes his eye off a ball, rolls under his foot. And it's a throw in right in front of Hansi Flick. We see it that will, the German coach. And it's a throw in for Oviedo, just in front of their managers. Jelko Pavlovic's dugout. Just see when he will make changes himself. Another throw in though, as Rondon wins it off Cubarsí. They advance down this right hand side, excuse me. And Oviedo in the perfect position here. What a win this would be for them. Their first season back in the top flight in 25 years. As Rondon flicks on towards Reina. Offside flag is up against the Spaniard. But like we mentioned, what a result this will be for the Spanish outfit. Saved by the fans in 2012. An injection of cash, have dropped all the way to the 4th division in Spain. Finally back amongst the elite. And their boyhood hero Santi Cazorla leading them at 40 years of age. Currently 1-0 up here against Barcelona. Rafinha back in field to Frankie de Jong. Now Pedri. De Jong to his left. Here is the former Ajax man. It's a Martin on this left hand side. Rashford is wide. Here is Rashford looking to take on his man at the edge of the box. Comes back in field. Martin swings one in with his left foot. Held away by Bailly. Only as far as Pedri. Space is closed down. Pedri tries to loft one towards Olmo. It's cut out once more. De Jong picks it up. Rafinha. De Jong 40 yards from goal, finds Rafinha out to Eric Garcia. Lovely football, has Dani Olmo free on the right hand side, just forced backwards, and he recycles it once more. Eric Garcia tight to the right hand touchline at the edge of the Oviedo box, comes back to Araujo. Araujo forward for Rafinha, flick towards Torres. Again, Eric Bailly in the way. Then Rondon does really well to hold it up on the halfway line. Tries to release the pass there towards Elias Shearer, but Barcelona flood bodies back and pick it up. Gerard Martin now. Rashford on this left-hand touchline. Comes back inside. Finds Ferran Torres. Laid off to De Jong. A bit more purpose about Barcelona now. Pedri. Trying to weave some magic. Here's Eric Garcia out to Rafinha. Rafinha takes on his man, cross in towards Olmo, doesn't quite find him, and Oviedo scramble it away. Brilliant by Rafinha, just injected a bit of pace into it. Olmo had made the run into the box, but couldn't get the right connection on it, and Oviedo scrambled clear. 55 minutes gone. Barcelona still trail by a goal to nil. Here's Pedri though. Lays it to his right hand side. Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo now looking to make something happen. Barcelona still in possession. Can they do something here? Still 1-0 down. Barcelona looking for that equaliser just short of the hour mark. Unable to find it as of yet. And they unlock this Oviedo defence. Trying to pick their way through it, but they've been overturned. Eric Garcia, forward for Ferran Torres. Bay in the way, and then cleared by Eric Bay out to the left-hand side. Forward for Shearer, back infield as Oviedo hang on to it. Here's Alberto Reina. And Eric Bay again, all the way to his centre-back partner Carmo. Escandel clears it. Araujo. Alsani now towards Hassan. Hassan to the end line. Hassan pulls it back. Cleared by Garcia. Another good save by the Spanish goalkeeper. And Oviedo looking for a second. But Barcelona living dangerously here. And still 1-0 down. As they play it up. Barcelona play it forward on the left hand side. Kubarsi forward for De Jong. De Jong back to Rashford. Rashford goes back to Dutchman in the centre circle. Kubarsi forward for Rashford. Rashford goes on the outside. He's dispossessed. Might fall in the box. Then Donker clears. Only as far as Pedri. Pedri picks it up at the edge of the box. To Rashford again. Rashford out to the left hand side, but it's a throw in. Play it well here. And forward for Barcelona by Kubarsi. Out to the right hand side is Araujo. Araujo forward for Eric Garcia. Garcia into Rafinha. Rafinha back infield to Olmo. And then Pedri. Pedri out to Martin on the left hand side. Martin to Rashford. Takes on his man. Rashford into the box. Can he pick someone out here? He can't. Only as far as Martin. Gerard Martin to Pedri. Now De Jong. De Jong, lovely ball to find Garcia. Eric Garcia back to Rafinha. Rafinha finds the fullback again. Shot on goal from Torres. Saved by Escandel. Might fall here for Garcia. Doesn't. And it's out. On the ball now. And Barcelona looking to equalise here. Trying to claw back, maintain their unbeaten record. They look to come back from this goal down against Oviedo. This is played out to the left hand side. Ball in, and Garcia has put it away for Barcelona. Eric Garcia pulls one back for Hansi Flick side. We are level yet again. Eric Garcia, the man with the goal. Right place, right time as it fell to the back post. 1-1 just before the hour mark. Eric Garcia, the man. And we are level here in northern Spain. So 1-1. Barcelona come from behind to draw level, and Oviedo really up against it here as they look to keep hold of this lead. Barcelona coming forward again. Rashford takes on his man. No way forward for him. And eventually Oviedo get bodies around it. So we see that goal again. Out to the left hand side. Rashford finds Ronald Araujo, plays one across the box Torres had a strike on it, well saved by the goalkeeper, but Garcia just in the right place at the right time to tap home. So we're level. And just before the hour mark. Remember, less than a win here. We'll see Barcelona still behind Real Madrid. Real Madrid have made that perfect start to the season. 6 wins from 6 to start the season. Real Madrid, Barcelona back at home at the Orange Week against Real Sociedad. Nou Camp still not ready for them. As we still play here in Oviedo. Joan Garcia in possession. Out to the right hand side. Forward from the goal scorer Eric Garcia. Garcia back to Dani Olmo on the halfway line. Olmo switch of play towards Rafinha. Rafinha has a strike, but it's blocked by Bai. Looks like it would be a corner kick. There's a search for a winner here. They come from behind. This game, not too much trouble in that regard. Obviously drew against Rayo Vallecano and Matchday 3, excuse me. And that last minute own goal to get them the victory against Levante. But at the moment they're still level here against Oviedo. Push forward looking for the winner, one that will take them ahead at least in this game. They try to unpick this Oviedo defence. Veljko Pavlovic's side really putting their bodies on the line here. As they look to at least get a point out of this fixture, which they've played really well, you'd have to say, defended with their lives this evening. Have been pegged back. Still 1-1 though, 64 minutes played. As we come into the final 25 minutes. Eric Garcia has drawn them level. Tapping in at the back post. Spanish defender played centre back during the week at right back now, just speaks to his versatility. His first goal of the campaign. Forward for Martin into the middle. Roberto Reina intercepts. Kubarsi heads away. Kubarsi now gets the ball down the pitch. Olmo trying to make something happen. Ahiado puts a challenge in on him, and then Oviedo have a bye forward. Then Donker looked to lift one in behind, but It's offside and it'll be a free kick as Robert Lewandowski is about to be introduced here for Barcelona. So Lewandowski comes onto the pitch. Barcelona is still coming forward. Pedri to De Jong. Pedri again. They move from right to left. Kubarsi forward. Torres just dispossessed and they cleared. Lewandowski is introduced. Still 1-1 here in Oviedo. Is there a winner for either side? Oviedo have made a double change themselves. Santi Cazorla has lasted just over an hour, as has Hassan. And they will both be replaced by Ilic and Sibo, respectively. So a change in the middle for Oviedo. And then heads it forward. Can't quite pick anyone out. Throw in to Barcelona. Gets it now. Araujo forward. Welcome back. Apologies for that. Barcelona have now taken the lead in this game against Oviedo. Robert Lewandowski, third goal of the season, powers in a header off the underside of the crossbar. So Barcelona back in front. They've turned it around in 14 minutes. Frankie de Jong with the ball in. Robert Lewandowski with the header. Brilliant goal for Barcelona. So 20 minutes to go and they've won it. Here is Juan Garcia. Now Gerard Martin. And they've turned this around, Hansi Flick's side. And Jules Koundé will be coming on momentarily. Apologies again for that pause in commentary. But Barcelona, through goals from Eric Garcia, and Robert Lewandowski have it. Back level, but here come Oviedo. Ahiado crosses into the box, but well dealt with that time by Kubarsi. Controlling for Oviedo, down near the corner flag. Ahiado loops it forward into the feet of Ilic. Reina there as well, but can't quite get it clear. And then Ferran Torres is just side down as he looks to clear. Ilic in there making the challenge. And it will be a free kick. As Jules Koundé is coming onto the pitch. He'll be replaced. Gerard Martin, who had a bit of a tough start to this half, but will need to keep his place, because Lewandowski does want to hold that up. Plays it back to Garcia. Here's de Jong. Going forward for Pedri, and then out to Koundé, who's gone into right back. Eric Garcia will play left back. Here's Rashford, who switched over to the right side as well. Pedri again. Lewandowski comes short. It's his goal that has Barcelona ahead. Now they're just playing peak ball a bit. Kubarsi on the halfway line. Forward for Eric Garcia. Ferran Torres has made a scamper down the left-hand channel. He's picked it up. Back to Garcia, Pedri, and now de Jong. It's lovely football. Olmo. Koundé free on the right-hand side. But he goes infield to Rashford. Olmo. Now Koundé gets the pass. Araujo. De Jong. Pedri. Forward for Lewandowski. Olmo again. This is lovely, intricate football. Koundé, Rashford, ball flashed across, deflected, might fall for Torres, who goes down. Sibo collects it for Oviedo. There's an Oviedo player down in the box as it's played up towards Rondon. He gets the free kick from Araujo. And it will be foul against the Uruguayan defender as the referee goes to check. I can't quite see who the Oviedo player is down in the box. So we see it again. Torres just went to strike it, and I think it's Alberto Reina who just gets in the way of the strike and then goes down following the contact on his leg, but he's back on his feet now. So double substitution. That is Alberto Reina's last contribution of this game. Joseph Bricolo, the Croatian, on in his place. So Reina, who put his side ahead, will be replaced by the Croatian. Then Alex Flores also onto the pitch, the centre forward. He will replace Ilias Scher. So Scher and Reina off, and Flores and Bricolo on. Rondon flicks it on towards Flores. He can't quite control it, and Barça have possession again. Koundé to Juan Garcia and Cubarsí. Eric Garcia, the man who got Barcelona back into this game. Forward by Cubarsí, intercepted by Aliado and then Sibo. Forward down the line for as to chase. Cubarsí gets there first, goes to ground, tackles him, and then Garcia prevents the corner, and it's only a throw in. Really good defending. Illich now gets the ball to feet, can't quite control it. Ferran Torres picks it up. Back to Juan Garcia, who just puts his boot through it this time towards Lewandowski. Sibo in the way, then Donker. Aliado down the line, and Flores has space here. Brekalo into the box, and really good defending at time from Ronald Araujo to clear. And Pedri trying to get some of these shoved off by Brekalo. Ball across, Garcia gets a hand to it, might fall for Rondon at the back post. It's blocked. Ahiajo still not clear. Barcelona eventually get it out of their own box. Really good goalkeeping that time by Juan Garcia. Just parried the cross away from Joseph Brekalo. And then the effort at the back post carried down as Sibo just fouls De Jong as he was looking to carry it forward. You see it again. Brekalo in all sorts of space. He was looking for Flores inside. Really good defending from Araujo. And Pedri trying to buy the foul. Doesn't get it. Brekalo another one across. So lively introduction from Croatian. Here's De Jong to Pedri. Just 15 minutes ago, Barca lead by 2-1. Dani Olmo. Pedri forward for Lewandowski. Off the bench and back in amongst the goals. Lewandowski forward now for De Paul on the end line. Fires one across. It's a good save. Angle was really tight, but Escandel had to get down. Lovely first touch from the striker. He brought it down, bounced nicely, sat up for him really well, and catches it on the half volley. Like as an angle was really tight, but goalkeeper had to be alert. Torres lurking in the box as well. 12 minutes remaining here. 6 saves now for Escandel. Forward though, and Brekalo is in behind again. He's onside. Brekalo sits down. Eric Garcia, can he pick out a teammate? It falls to Rondon at the back post. Nearly did, but Koundé in the way. Brilliant defending from the Frenchman. Brekalo again breaks the offside trap, gets in behind, pulls it across. A few ricochets. Falls, looked as though it was about to fall to Rondon, but Koundé, just before he could unleash the strike, clears it for Barcelona. But Oviedo certainly aren't shying away. Here's Eric Bailly into Ahiado on this right hand side. Infield to Illich. Ahiado again carrying it forward, just dispossessed by De Jong, and now he's out of position, and Pedri can drive forward on this left hand side. Ahiado busting, he got to get back. Pedri checks back in field, switches play to Koundé on the right hand side, nods it down to Lewandowski, helps it on. Here's Olmo at the edge of the box, ricochets towards Koundé. Jules Koundé just bundled over by Rondon at the edge of the area, who's coming back, and it will be a free kick. Another clumsy challenge there from Salomon Rondon, and a free kick in a really, really dangerous position here. As Koundé was nearly losing control of the ball anyway, Salomon Rondon just rushed in and clattered into him. And this free kick is right on the edge of the box, left of the posts from behind the goal, so right as of the post as we look at it. Rafinha is obviously off, so can't use his left foot. Marcus Rashford might fancy this one as Aaron Escandel organises his 4-man wall. A few big boys in there. Carmo, Illich, then Donker. Ferran Torres has put it down though. And everyone else is set step away. Torres steps up, strikes it straight at the wall, comes back to him, has another go, and then just drags it wide. Ferran Torres not having his shooting boots on tonight. He has been relatively quiet. Has been pushed out to this left-hand side since Lewandowski has come on. 10 minutes remaining here, though. Barcelona have come from behind to lead 2-1 against Real Oviedo. Eric Garcia and Robert Lewandowski cancelling out Roberto Reina's first half wonder strike. As Oviedo come forward again. Cubarsí has a bouncing ball to deal with. Illich there for company, does well. Sebo heads forward. Falls nicely for Olmo though, and then Lewandowski can help it onto Rashford, who's free on the right hand side. Rashford gets it under a spell, takes on his man on the outside, held up well there by Al Hussein though. And now De Jong. Barca just might want to hold on to the ball or look for that killer goal to make it a 2-goal deficit. Back by Garcia to Juan Garcia. Oviedo might start getting desperate as we approach 8 minutes plus injury time to go. Pedri is De Jong. Shifting on by Olmo, who's noticeably come a bit deeper. Koundé forward into the Oviedo half, out to Rashford. Back into Jules Koundé. Olmo again, here's De Jong. They played in a few little triangles over the right hand side. Olmo forced back to Cubarsí on the halfway line. Barca still pressing. Eric Garcia now. Oviedo doing well to force them back, but Cubarsí has picked out De Jong in the centre circle. Pedri now. There's Dani Olmo driving forward. Olmo needs options ahead of him. Has one in Koundé out to his right. Rashford wants it to feet, gets it. Back to Koundé. Pedri free in the middle. Here is the Spanish maestro. Here is Pedri. Picks out Rashford on the right hand side. Thought about the cross. Comes back into Koundé. Again, they're just trying to move the Oviedo defence from left to right. Frankie de Jong, Jules Koundé. Back to the Dutchman. Oviedo trying to close the space, but he's picked out Ferran Torres. Back to Koundé. First time ball forward, looking for Lewandowski, but too much on that from Koundé. Easily gathered there by Escandel. Thrown out to this near side. Brekalo. Down the line for Forres. Forres just trying to get the wrong side of Cubarsí. Overruns that. And it will be throw in for Barcelona. 6.5 minutes remain here. Barca 2, Oviedo 1. Frankie de Jong. Pedri. And Cubarsí. Back to Juan Garcia. Pedri, deepest of the midfielders, picks it up, drives forward and picks out Koundé, still in the Barcelona half. De Jong free in the middle. Here is Frankie de Jong, gets his head down, carries forward, checks back infield. Olmo now. Barca have numbers up, shifts it on to Rashford, back to Koundé. They're inside the Oviedo box. Koundé, de Jong wants it. De Jong lifts one over the top, looking for Lewandowski. Escandel is really brave, comes out to claim it. Lovely football again. Lewandowski just peeled off, and de Jong tried to pick him out in the narrowest of corridors. He gets the wrong side of Bailly, but Escandel there played it long down towards Rondon, who gets the flick on. Forres battling Garcia for it, and he's won a throw in. Down by a Barcelona penalty area. It will be Ahiado to throw this. He aimed towards the box. They'll just play it into the feet of Illich. Backed into his man, tries to hook it over his head, but never really got control of it, and it'll be a goal kick to Barcelona. As we see Eric Garcia's goal again, Araujo up from the back, from the corner, fizzed it into Torres. Lovely first touch. The brilliant save by Escandel. Just tipped off the post, and Garcia is there to tap home from on the line to draw level Barcelona level. That was after 56 minutes, and then Lewandowski, just moments after coming off the bench, put them 2-1 up. Here they come again. Rashford looking for Torres at the edge of the box, intercepted, falls for Pedri. Pedri onto his left foot, out to Olmo on the edge of the area. Dani Olmo lifts one in towards Lewandowski. Lovely chested control by the pole. Down to Pedri and De Jong. No way forward at the moment, but Barca still in possession with Frankie De Jong. Out to the right hand side is Rashford. Instead he comes back infield to Pedri. Pedri forward, it's blocked. Falls for Eric Garcia. Now Koundé. 30 yards from goal, slips it to the right hand side to Rashford. Low ball across the box towards Torres, intercepted. Throw in for Barcelona. Rashford has gone down over the sideline, holding his left shoulder. And it was Raheem Al-Sahin with the challenge. Rashford is off the pitch, so the game continues. Back on now, Pedri infield to Rashford. Almost slips it into Lewandowski. Torres across, but he'd gone to the back post. Might fall for Eric Garcia. Oviedo scrambled away. Lovely football from Barcelona. Lewandowski played into the end line and pulled it back towards the penalty spot, but Torres, who was waiting there, just went to make his move towards the goal, and Oviedo eventually scrambled clear. Andreas Christensen ready to come on for Barcelona. Eric Bailly is just down in the box with a case of cramp, and just being helped out by his teammates. 2 minutes remaining here. Still 2-1 to Barcelona. We see Lewandowski's goal again. An absolutely perfect pick out from De Jong from the right hand side into Lewandowski, and a pinpoint header as Rashford is ready to deliver this corner. Right footed, out swinging towards the penalty spot. Araujo! 3-1 Barcelona. 3 points secured. Ronald Araujo heading home from a Marcus Rashford corner. Rashford's second assist in as many La Liga games. Ronald Araujo meets it brilliantly. And surely that is that. Second half turnaround from Barcelona to make it 3-1, and the skipper on the night, the Uruguayan centre back, just peels away from Sibo and heads it down into the bottom left corner. Really good. Escandel with no chance. And Barcelona go 3-1 up. Oviedo have played really well in this game, but just undone by the quality that Barca have in the second half. A lovely ball from the corner by Rashford, and Araujo. Right place, right time. His first goal of the season. 2 defenders on the score sheet for Barca when perhaps the attackers were misfiring slightly. Araujo and Garcia, the differences is Leander Dendoncker has been substituted for Oviedo. And Santiago Colombado is in. Here's Rashford now carrying forward, but just dispossessed initially. Falls for Sibo in the middle of the park. He's played it forward, but here's Brekalo. Brekalo nutmegs Garcia brilliantly. Carries forward on the right hand side. Has numbers across. Brekalo, can you get a delivery into the box? Lovely slip pass. Ayado is in behind. Good save by Garcia. Oviedo almost straight back into it. Brekalo brilliant again. Nutmegging Garcia on the halfway line, driving forward, and then slip past to Ahiado, who was forward from right back. Wanted to drive it at the near post, but Juan Garcia, making up for his early mistake, is equal to it. And it remains 3-1. Ronald Araujo down after trying to intervene with that inside the 6-yard area, as we see it again. Really good save. from Garcia. Andreas Christensen and Mark Bernal coming on. Pedri is off, as is Marcus Rashford. A handy flick just securing it. So Bernal and Christensen on. For the final few moments, we have passed the 90 minutes here in Oviedo. As Barça haven't, like I said, come from behind to win all 3 points here. Fearless performance from Oviedo, who have a player in the book here. It is Eric Bailly, who's been cautioned. Our first yellow card of the game, incidentally. As for a challenge on Lewandowski, an aerial challenge. Referee just felt he was a bit too overzealous in that. So free kick to Barcelona. We'll have 5 additional minutes here at the end. And Barcelona have done enough. Wasn't a great first half. They obviously hit the post through Rafinha. Escandel pulled off some decent saves from Rashford. But Joao Garcia's mistake obviously gave the lead, but they've come back well in this second half. Plombato back to release Al Hussein. Barcelona clear that up towards Ferran Torres. Torres got there before Carmo, but couldn't make anything happen. Will be a throw into Oviedo on the left hand side. 2.5 minutes of the 5 remain. Even more drama here. Forward toward Rondon. Araujo will get there first. Cleared by Garcia up towards Lewandowski. It's a good first touch initially, but then a snapping tackle in there from Colombato. And it will be a throw in to Oviedo, to Barcelona, excuse me, over the far side. De Jong to Christensen. Here is Araujo, the man who put the icing on the cake. De Jong shifts it on toward Koundé. Koundé just rides a couple of challenges, lays to Christensen, who in turn plays it to De Jong. Like I said, with this, Barcelona will remain second, 2 points behind Real Madrid. Oviedo stay in the bottom 3. 5th loss in 6 games this will be. They will still be ahead of Mallorca and Girona in 2 points. They only won off Levante, Oviedo, and judging by tonight's performance, you know, they can put it up to some of the better teams. They just need to start picking up results sooner rather than later. Final minute of the 95 here. As Barça just keep hold of possession with Dani Olmo. Barça home obviously against Sociedad next time out. Oviedo travel to the Mestalla to play Valencia, so another tough game for them. As they just stay up in their first season in the top flight in 25 years. Barça just knocking around their back four. Oviedo pressing but really tiring, particularly Solomon Rondon. 36-year-old has done 90 minutes here. Poor ball infield from Eric Garcia though, and they've turned it over there. Here Brekalo in behind, searching for Illich, but too close to the goalkeeper. And he rolls it out De Jong. De Jong